I do not believe at all that we need a breakdown to break through ever. We don't need crisis to force our hand or to motivate us.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to make your first million? And today we have Rebeccah, which is the founder of Inspiring Results, joining from United States, Colorado. So Rebeccah, tell us, what are the 5 steps to make your first million?
Step 1, become a lifestyle entrepreneur or executive. Right?
I love it.
We're doing this for the life we want, right? Not to be held hostage by our commitment to serving humanity. So step 1, be a lifestyle entrepreneur. Step 2, you've got to break the silence, right? My last name is Silence. I'm obviously not. Use your voice. Tell your truth. Be more authentic and vulnerable than you think people can handle. Because only from your place of being raw and real, even if it gets messy, will you attract the people that want to be near your unique energy. And then I would say step 3 to making your first million is know what makes you different. I see this a lot. I've helped over 150 women become entrepreneurs and start their own companies. And we have to look at what differentiates you? What is so unique that people have to hire you because they're not going to get it anywhere else? And I'm not saying become the sun, moon, and stars or think you're all that in a bag of chips and the only one that can help people. But what makes you unique and different? I teach the practice of emotional healing. I'm the self-healing expert that goes deep in emotions. And I do it very differently, right? So what makes you different and unique? And then I would say step 4 is you've got to stay committed and recommit as many times a day as you need to. Not just every day recommit. You might need to recommit 100 times a day to the mission and to the vision and to standing by you, because you won't want to keep going. And that's inevitable. I think one of the most important personal growth journeys anybody can take is an entrepreneurial journey, because it's you with you and you with God. And when we don't feel like it anymore, or when we think something's gone wrong or things aren't working or nobody cares about who we are and what we do and how we serve, how do you stay committed anyway? I call it being the source of your own encouragement. So step 4 is commit, stay committed. Step 5, be the source of your own encouragement. And what I mean by that is you've got to have your own back. You have to learn the art of self-validation versus needing the world to go, yes, good job, keep going. Because there are going to be days where it's crickets. There are going to be days where you're judged, where you're misunderstood, where people literally tell you you're crazy. Who do you think you are? What are you doing? You have to be able to go, I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going, and I have my own back. So being the source of your own encouragement, I actually think is everything. It's how I've kept a company going since 2008.
Wow, that's Rebeccah. This is fantastic, and I love your first step. Yeah, I think that you started with something really, really powerful, which it means become a lifestyle entrepreneur. Yeah, and I think that this is really powerful for everybody out there to make the first million, because we want people to be happy, to be healthy, and to make the first million at the same time. And for that, you have to open a business, right? That you're not running, you're running this business not running you. Because
Exactly.
sometimes literally the business can kill you. Yeah. Tell me about it. You know, when I made my first company, we managed to sell over 5 million. And it was a point where so many clients, they all want to talk to me. And I'm thinking, oh, the people are going to kill me. They all want to talk to me. I'm only one person. There are way so many. They don't care. They want to talk to me, all of them, and they don't figure out I need to eat, I need to sleep, and I have to do some work if it's possible. So you have to organize and structure the business in a way that is a lifestyle. And clearly, Rebeccah, you're passionate about what you do, yeah? So I get it, how you started your company, yeah? Tell us the story. Tell us, why you opened your company in the first place, yeah? Why were you so passionate about
Yeah.
this topic?
Well, anyone out there has it in them, again, if they'll be committed, right, to create a life that fits in with them versus a life where you're trying to fit in, right? I want your company to fit in with you. I want your life to fit in with you. And for me, it took a crisis to launch me. I want everybody to hear me say, I do not believe at all that we need a breakdown to break through ever. We don't need crisis to force our hand or to motivate us. But for me, I had just gotten out of a domestic violence marriage and I had a 2-year-old, and I knew I was going to have sole custody, and I knew I was in financial devastation if I left my husband, that I would end up foreclosing on my home, which I did, going bankrupt, which I did, and I was going to have to scrape my way out of the hole my life was in and that I was in and figure it out. So for me, at the time, I was a school counselor and a school counseling coordinator of a charter school district in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I was not going to make enough money working in schools to get out of debt and to support us and to get on my feet. I was going to have 100% responsibility, not just for me, but for my child and my dog. And I had no idea how I was going to do it. I didn't have, just like many of you, a model of a woman who had done it before in business. I didn't know anybody that had done it, but I thought, probably the best thing I could do is take my gifts and talents and ability to serve families and couples and individuals that were in leadership. And I decided to go for it. I heard guidance telling me, go for it, be an entrepreneur. So I did. I started Inspired Results, and I named my company Inspired Results because I wanted people connected to their spirit, to the truth of who they are in spirit as their highest and best, regardless of results, as they pursued results that inspired them. And so Inspired Results was born, and I'm so grateful.
The name is great.
Going all these years. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like God gave me the name. I can't take credit.
Oh, it's very good. It's very good. So, okay, but then, Rebeccah, when we're running the business, life is goes on, yeah? So let's talk about a little bit more about how to overcome adversity while running a business.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the problem that we have, it have nothing to do with the business. I remember once I got a phone call and I was in London and I got a phone call the time my mom was in Cuba, really ill. They get a phone call and said, look, you have to take a plane and be tomorrow in Havana because your mom is really ill. So next day I took a plane and fly to Havana. Long story short, it took me $100,000 and 1 year without working to save my mom's life. You know, it was a big job.
Wow.
So my business was running autopilot with my team, and everything worked out perfectly. And my mom is healthy and happy. I just spoke with her. So what it means is you're running a business, but life is coming on the way, and there are a lot of things that you have to deal. But the people that you love, you know, children get sick, you get married again, things can work out or not. So tell us a little bit more about, you know, what challenges have you have in your business with the personal life and how you overcome those challenges.
Yeah. Well, and I teach it like this, Harry. I don't think life is happening to us or for us. I think life just happens, and it's going to keep happening. Right? Life is just happening. And then what we have control over 100% of the time, and this is what I teach my clients in my private practice. I've had over 1,000 VIP clients come through my private practice over the years. And what I teach them all is life's going to be life. And you get to choose who you're going to be in the moments that are those doozy moments through the adversity. So I could tell you so many stories about personal adversities that I've had to deal with as a woman in business and as someone who's been in business a long time, as one of the first coaches out there, right? There weren't very many life coaches yet in 2008. And I had a therapy background.
No, many, you're right, yeah.
Right? So I'm a pioneer in the coaching industry. So the biggest adversity that I'll share about is I'm humming along. I had gotten on my feet with the company by going to a top 40 radio station and pitching them. And I got a weekly segment where I was answering questions to the community. And within 2 weeks, I had a 6-month wait list. And so I thought everything was just perfect and great. And I was doing
the idea to go to this radio station to do this. That was amazing. That was a great idea.
I blame it on God again. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I didn't have media training or radio experience, but they loved it. And we were number one. So what you did, you
just show up there and told them, look, I want to do this with you guys?
Yeah, I reached out to the DJ first that I wanted to do the show with, that I still do a show with 14 years later. Wow. And he got me a meeting with the owners of the company. And I said, listen, let me make your morning show shine and different and special. And we had like appointment-based listening. People that did not listen to that station would tune in just to talk to me and to hear me and just to see what I was going to say next. So everything couldn't have been better on paper, right? And then I'm married a second time. I get pregnant with my second baby. I'm on top of the world. I'm thinking, I have beat my crazy past. I have everything I want. It's smooth sailing from here. And I got diagnosed with cancer, and they gave me a 5% chance to live. So that adversity has shaped me more than anything in my entire life. And what I will tell you, the biggest lesson for me was in the face of cancer was realizing how easy it is to be the best of who we are when everything's great. But who are you going to be when life's being life and the whole bottom of your life falls out? And for me, when I had survived domestic violence marriage and so much of the crazy that I grew up with, you know, I had done a lot of healing work already. And I remember realizing with the cancer diagnosis, this isn't more trauma healing. This is life being life. And I get to be my best now more than ever. And I'm not going to beat this if I'm not my best more than ever. And I made a decision to let the healed me lead the mission called my life while I was sick. And I never identified as sick or dying. I fought, I committed to life, commitment. I was the source of my own encouragement, and I made it. And nothing has changed my life more. I will also share, I really believe with all my heart that before cancer, I was very achievement focused. I'm ambitious, obviously. I'm driven, obviously. But I thought the goal was achieving, crossing finish lines, checking it off the list. What I learned from cancer is it's all about alignment. It's all about me connected to the truth of who I am and me consistently being the grounded, centered, best of me that I'm capable of being. And then from that place, there's nothing I can't create. But my success metric today and the success metric that I teach my clients matters more than anything after cancer. The lesson is, are you aligned? Are you connected to the truth of who you are, being the truth of who you are no matter what? Because that is freedom and that is living.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.